Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How is everyone doing today? I'm going to give it a little minute for you guys to get on. And we are going to get started because I do have a class to prep for tonight. So let me look for this real quick so that I can share it out. And this is going to be kind of in conjunction with tonight's live class also. So how is everyone doing? Wait a minute. There we go. All right, so let's go ahead and share this out. One second, guys. All right, sorry about that, y'all. I was having some difficulties over here on my phone. But hello. Good evening. We're going to make this one not say fairly quickly, but we're going to get through this because I do, like I said, I have to prepare for a class tonight. But this is kind of in conjunction with it. So it is Thursday. It is Inkcredible today. This is our segment where I demo things or introduce things to you to help you be Inkcredible, whether it is in your crafting, in your business. So for today, it is something to help you be Inkcredible in your creative small business. And as you can see, it's to start to prepare for your holiday sales, Black Friday sales, Cyber Monday, and things like that. So if this is something that interests you, go ahead, stick around. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up, hit the share button, get some more people on this live who you know can benefit from this as they prepare for the big holiday season for their creative small business or just for their creative business. All right. So welcome. We are going to get started in just 30 seconds. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. All right. As I said, we are going to go over how to create, well, something that will help your creative business. I actually did forget to say what it was. I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to make your own DIY scratch off cards. And in this, I'm also going to talk a little bit about color charts and the importance of them. I often talk about them when it comes to sublimation, but I've mentioned it to you guys before that I do have color charts printed out from my pigment ink printers as well. So these are those that I have it on like all the papers I print to. So it's on my glossy paper. It's also on, which one is this? So this is the same as this one. So it's on my matte paper, both papers, because the colors are slightly different when you're looking at glossy versus matte. So I print my color charts out on everything from my sublimate, printing it on my tumblers and things for sublimation, my regular paper, my Jet Pro 3G. I have it sub to glitter cardstock. I have it on a tumbler. So color charts are really, really, really important when doing projects that require color. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today also. This live broadcast is brought to you by the letters HSINK and the numbers 3, 6, 5, and 0. Because with our sublimation paper, you can sublimate as low as 365 degrees for as fast as 30 seconds. So be sure to head on over to our website, shop.silaholics.com for more info on our products. Today's Inkcredible deal is for our pigment ink because that's what we're going to be featuring today. So if you go to the site today between the hours of 4:30 and 6:30, so you have 2 hours from this broadcast and then a little bit afterwards. So you go to the site, you will receive 15% off of all, like the entire pigment ink line. So whether it's the pigment ink bottles, the pre-fill, pre-prime cartridges, and things like that. So it's the ink, the bundles, or the kits, pre-filled, pre-primed, or just with the cartridges in general, you will get 15% off of our pigment ink collection. So just go to shop.silaholics.com, use the code Inkcredible today. So not Incredible, Inkcredible today for 15% off of our pigment ink collection. If you use pigment ink, if you have, printers where you're using that for your regular prints, then you need to stock up on your ink to be prepared for your holiday sales. If you're doing chip bags, stickers, labels, making your own scratch off cards and things like that. So again, that code is Inkcredible today for 15% off of our pigment ink collection. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit more about this tonight in my class for getting prepared for the holiday sales. So that is also available. You still have time to sign up. We go live and the Zoom starts at 6:30. We'll start letting you guys in around like 6:40. We'll be on for, I will let you know, like it's a lot of information. We'll probably be on for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how many questions you guys have for me. We also have a session on Saturday where I'm going to show you guys how to set up your Shopify site so that your holiday sales and your shipping and all those things are automated and you don't have to do a whole lot of calculating except for the very first time that you need to like measure things and stuff like that. So if these are two things that interest you, that you know that you need to prep for the holiday season, head on over to our website. You can go straight to the Academy site, which I still did not create the bundle over here, but there is a deal over on the shop site. You will have to do them separately. Luckily with this one, there is no shipping. So if you want to take advantage of Inkcredible, the Inkcredible Today discount, as well as this one, you will have to do 2 separate transactions. But in the description, there is a code. So all you do is just add both of the, I'm going to go here. So you're going to add both of the classes, the holiday sales and Shopify. There's a reason why it's that way. I know most people look at this like, that's not how that's supposed to go. That's a play on words. The reason why it's sales that way. So add both of them. And when you go to checkout, put in where it's asking to ask if you have like a code, and you're going to put right here, secure the bag 365. Secure the bag 365. And what that will do is take, 35% off. So instead of paying, was it 129 came up to, you're going to pay $84.04 to be able to attend both classes tonight and on Saturday. And don't worry if you're not able to stick around for the whole thing or attend them because they just don't work with your schedule. You have unlimited playback access to these courses or these classes once they are up back, like the playbacks are uploaded to the site. You have unlimited access to them. View them as many times as you will need. Take as many notes as you need. Go step by step with the Shopify to set up your own Shopify. So all of that will be available for you like after the playback. All right. So what are we going to do today? We are going to, well, I'm going to just show you guys. They're already done. I have a course. Now, these are just classes. They're single sessions, so they're just classes. But I do have a course on complementing your small business with Silhouette Studio. And I showed my students in that how to create your own scratch off cards. So you can sign up for that course to learn more about this. If you sign up for the session tonight or the Shopify, you will also receive a discount for the complement your small business. So if you want to join that, you'll get a discount code for that. And then you can get the complement your small business. And I teach so many different things. I think I still have what we went through on that calendar. Let me see if I still have that here. That listed like all the stuff that we did during that time. I don't think I do. Hold on. Let me see real quick if I still have that calendar up. Okay, so that was small business. I think I deleted it. I don't think I have that calendar on here anymore. It used to be on here. But there was, and I tell you, it was full of information. We went over how to create simple text-based logos, scratch-off cards, thank you, product labels, stickers, labels, tags, overlays, how to make Facebook, your Facebook cover page and how to change that, all that kind of good jazz. It is perfect as you prepare for your holiday sale. So it's a perfect complement to the class today. So complement your small business, complement your learnings for tonight with that course. And it's going to show you how to fully design. I'm going to show you a little bit on this, but it'll show you how to fully design in that particular course in so many different ways. Like we did so many different layouts. But for these, all you have to do is create it in Silhouette Studio or the program of your choice. If you're not comfortable with Silhouette Studio, you're going to just make a white circle or whatever color you want it to be and put your offer in that circle. Then you're going to go over to Amazon. The links for these are in the description of the video. I don't have any more of the silver and the gold ones, but these are kind of like a holographic one, which is a fun one also. So these are little stickers that's already made up. They're like black on the back. You'll see this on this side. And of course, once they scratch it, they're going to see, through that because it's clear, and you're going to see what that offer is they'll see what that offer is once they scratch it off. So it is really, really, really easy to be able to do your own DIY stickers. Even if, you first start off this way, you can go and have some printed off. So the same way you have your business cards, they're really inexpensive. I want to say one of the print shops I use here, you get like 500 business cards for $35 or something like that. So if you were to go and have them make it, you design it in Silhouette Studio, save it as a file, send it to them. They can print off those for you. You get a whole bunch of them. You don't have to worry about going in and cutting them down. But if you just want a few of them, you can definitely do it yourself. I also have the link for the paper that I use for these. So it's the Koala brand, either matte or glossy, depending on the finish that you want. They don't have to be super, super like heavy, but this is some pretty good paper. I will say that when you're using this heavier paper on your Epson printers, you do want to use your rear feed instead of putting it in the tray because it's such a thick paper. It can get caught as it's going like this to go through the tray. So I recommend putting this through the rear feed of your printer instead of in the trays. But if you just need a few, do this. You can put them closer. Use your guillotine cutter, scissors to go ahead and cut them out. You can pass them out. You can put them in with orders now, because as you can see on here, I'm going to try to get this. Let me see. Wait, which one? There we go. Oh, wrong one. Let's see. Come on, focus. You'll see it on the computer, but it says on there, free standard shipping on order 75 plus before November 20th. So you can go and make offers where it is for a specific time frame. So you can give out, if you still have sales and stuff going on now, you want them to come back and shop with you for all of their gifts and things like that. So you can go and start putting these in with your orders or pass them out now so that they can come and check out whatever you have for your sales. Your QR code, if you have like a special area on your site that's going to talk about the deals, you can have that QR code go to show all of the deals. So you can have a collection that shows all of yours, or you can just have that go straight to your website. Whatever you want to use a QR code for. I just did a video yesterday, showing you how to do your own QR codes. So check out that video and then combine that with this to make your scratch off cards. All right. So before I go in and show you about the scratch off cards, because I'm going to pick some colors from here, I want to talk about color charts real quick. Okay. With color charts and with all these different printers, your monitors can play tricks on you if they're not calibrated. I can look at something on both of the monitors I have here, my laptop, Even's Mac, my cell phone, and the colors will look totally different on all of those monitors because they have different settings, different like amounts of LEDs. Some of them, like these monitors that I have, are really, really good ones compared to like the specs for my laptop, or it's totally different for the specs for Even's Mac computer. So unless you're going to make sure that you calibrate them all to where they all look the same, you can experience different colors from each one. So a way to ensure that no matter which computer you are designing on, you may start designing on one and then move to another one. I do that all the time. I'll start in here, save it to my WD My Cloud, go lay down on the bed, on the couch while I'm watching TV, pull that same file up on my laptop and continue to work. Sometimes I do things on my phone. So things are going to look different depending on which device I'm on. So no matter what, if you have color charts for the printer that you plan to print to, you have these. As you are designing, you're going to use, well, this one is a reference chart. I'll show you how to use this. But you're going to use your color charts. And it's like, okay, I'm designing. Okay, this is for this particular one. You can have this for your clients. If you're having a situation where they can come in and they can choose their colors, this is showing the exact output of your printer. So you're going to go through this. Okay, this is the shade of blue that I want. You're going to put that color code in. Now on your monitor, it may not seem like it's going to be this shade of blue because again, the display on it is going to be a little bit different. But you know that once you print it out on that particular printer in the same exact settings on the same paper, you're going to get that shade of blue, no matter what it looks like on any other monitor. Once it prints out, it's going to look this way. You can go and set your monitor to black and white. But if this color code is in there for any of those pictures or any of those images or text or anything like that, it's going to print out in whatever colors on here. So if you're, let's say if you are colorblind, but somebody else comes to look at it and says, I want this color with this color code. Your eyes will not see it that way, but they're telling you, hey, this is the color that I want. You put that in. Once you print it out, they're going to be very satisfied with it. So I use this whenever I'm designing for sublimation, pigment inks, and things. I always reference my color charts. Okay. And yeah, so we use this. Like I said, this is the matte one. I mean, this is the glossy one. This is also glossy. This is my other glossy. This glossy paper is single-sided, so I have to just have them on one side. And then here are my matte ones. And this one is double-sided. And this one is here. What I also want to talk about is printing from different printers. Our ink is formulated to match pigment ink is pigment ink. So if you have a pigment ink printer, you print to a pigment ink printer, it's going to give you the most accurate colors it possibly can based off of the specs of that particular printer. But like with sublimation and things like that, our ink is formulated to match pigment ink. So if you put it in an EcoTank printer, the colors are going to be slightly different. I did a demo of that. But even with the EcoTank printers, if you decide that you want a waterproof ink, that is the benefit of pigment ink, is it's waterproof. If this gets wet, it's not going to run like traditional dye inks. So people like to use the pigment inks. If you put pigment inks in your dye-based printer, you're not going to get the same colors. So I made a mistake and print this one mirrored, but it actually worked out better because I can hold these two right up to each other. And I'm not sure, I know for me, I can see it. So if we look at this row, hold on. So I'm going to use, I wish I had a little pointer. I'm going to use my crochet needle. So this row right here, well, right there, is the same as this row right here. So if I put those side by side, let me kind of line them back up again. They're printed on the exact same print settings. But if you look at them, look at how dark this one is, which this is printed on the pigment ink printer. This was printed on my 7840. It would have come out the same way on my 7710, 7720, because those are pigment ink. This was printed on my 2720 that has pigment ink in it. I did a video on that too. And if you look very closely, you can see there's a significant difference in that line. Look at the bottom, see line 39. There's a significant difference. So the colors are not, you're never going to get accurate colors from that. But what you now do is this has printed out. You can print it out in different settings to try and get as close as possible. Or when you're looking at your color charts, it's like, okay, on this chart, it might be this particular color. But from this printer, it's going to be a different one. So you would choose that color from your printout so that it matches the color output that you want. Make sense? So that's how you use your color charts. Now, this is a reference chart. This chart you can only use if you have a program that has a ink dropper or like a color dropper or color picker. You cannot use this particular one with like Cricut Design Space because Cricut Design Space does not have a color dropper. You can customize colors in there with your hex code or RGB codes, but you cannot use the reference one in that program. But you can use it in Silhouette Studio, Photoshop, Illustrator, Affinity Designer, Affinity Photo, like anything where you can sample a color. For all other programs where you can't, and even for Silhouette, because this offers a wide variety of like shades and stuff, this you can use with any program that allows you to put in hex codes or RGB values, because it's going to have those right here. So when you print it out big enough, you are able to see what that value is. Let me tell you the other benefit of printing it out on whether it's, because you can just do this on 8.5 by 11, and because that's how the color. Oh, I forgot to put that in the description, the link for the color charts. But just go to Essentials on our website and you'll see the color chart. So you can print it on 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. This is still pretty big. Let me tell you where, this is also beneficial, printing it from your regular printer. When you're looking at the color chart on your tumbler, these letters and numbers are really, really small. but I made it to where it indicates which color chart it is. So you could look it on here and you're like, okay, I want this shade of purple. So it's on color chart 1. It's the 3rd row, the second from the last one, right? You can't see that. If you have this one, you go to color chart 1, 3rd, second one up, you can clearly see what that code is. And then you can just type it into your program and you don't have to open it up to see it. So having a set of color charts printed out on your regular paper on a full 8.5 by 11 makes it a lot easier to see this. And you can still use it for sublimation just to be able to see the color code. So you're going to look at your sublimation, whether it's on a tumbler, if it is pressed to felt or anything like that. If you really can't see the code that's on there, just refer back to this one and say, okay, I know I want this one. That's equivalent to this. They're going to look different. This looks totally different than what's on here. And then you're just going to notate that code, okay? So that is how you use color charts. I'm going to come over here real quick and just kind of look and see what some of the comments say. Then we're going to go over to Silhouette Studio, and I'm just going to show you really quickly how this was designed. Like I said, I do have a course on this that will show you how to do these, like all different types of layouts and things like that. Okay. I'm also going to show you how to use the color charts. So let's see. I just see a bunch of heys. How you doing? Hello, everyone. Just want to see if there are any questions. Hi, Leo. The code can't be used with GC, right? What do you mean? What is GC? What's GC? I'm not sure what GC is. Is that discount coming in a separate email? Well, for the Compliment Your Small Business, no, I'm going to actually put that in the course. So I was working on some stuff, got sidetracked, but it should actually be in, I'm going to put it in the course. So when you're on your course, it's going to be one that says important information and things like that. And that discount code for that will be in there because that's already done. That's not a live class. That has already been recorded and you'll just have access to the playback. So you won't miss anything like a live class that's already taken place. All right. The code for the classes is Secure the Bag 35. You have to do it on the shop site. Secure the Bag, 35. Secure the Bag 365. It's in the description of the video. If you click on that link, it's going to automatically put that code in your Shopify cart. So all you have to do is just add both classes to take advantage of that code. And if you do take both classes, when we have the session on Saturday, I'm going to show you how to do the discount codes. Like if you want them to buy more than one thing for that code to be activated, how you set that up. So you definitely don't want to miss the Shopify one. That's going to be a pretty lengthy class, but it's going to give you everything that you need to get your Shopify up and running. Okay. I was going to ask you for an ICC profile for your ink. So we don't have an ICC profile. Our ink is formulated to match the color profile when you're using the Epson printers. Now, as far as EcoTank printers, I've asked the ink vendor, the one they have, I've tested it. It doesn't work. I've been super busy. I haven't been able to do it. But also a lot of the people who kind of follow me and who buy my products are using like Silhouette Studio, and you cannot put an ICC profile for Silhouette Studio. You can only use or put a profile in if you're using Photoshop, Illustrator, Corel Draw, Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer. But if you're using Silhouette Studio, the best thing for you to do is to use color charts. Let's see. Do you have any recommendations for a pigment ink printer? So Epson printers are great for that. Y'all know I'm Team Epson. I'm trying to figure out where my sponsorship is because I promote the heck out of them. I should be like Shaq and on a couple commercials or two, although I guess maybe not because I don't use their ink. So I doubt they're going to do that. But I actually really recommend Epson printers. That's the ones I'm used to using. I do have a Canon that's an Eco Tank, and my goal is to set that up and put our pigment ink in there to see how the colors come out. It's not going to mess up the print or anything, but I know the colors are going to be different. Epsons are really the only ones I know that have Epson like pigment ink. Well, actually, no, there are HPs that have pigment ink as well. To my understanding and from doing research, the HP Office Jets are pigment ink printers. If you want to test to see if your printer is a pigment ink printer, print something out, preferably without black in it, because for most printers, the black is a photo black. That means it's pigment. That's why you guys should not trust when people say they have photo black sublimation ink. There is no such thing. Photo black means that is pigment ink, and the other black is dye inks. So try to print something that does not have black in it, or just print out the nozzle check, because the blue is going to be the straight blue or cyan yellow. And then once you wet that, the other colors will run and the black will not run because it's pigment. The rest are dye. So that is how you test to see if you have a pigment ink printer. Run water over it. If it runs, it's dye. If it doesn't, it's pigment. Okay, so let's head over to Silhouette Studio because we are actually way over. We are already at 30 minutes. So let's head over to Silhouette Studio, and I'm going to show you guys how easy it is to make one of these and to use your color charts. All right. The size of this can be any size you want. For these, they are 3.5 by 2, which is basically like a business card. So you can make it whatever size you want. You can put offsets and things like that on it. I have, like, this is one of the images that will be provided. I'm going to end up adding them to the course for those who take the class today. Some things just to kind of get you started. So like a Black Friday banner, a Cyber Monday one, holiday sales, and then there's another one that I have. And you guys will get this so you can use it in your at, like, you know, your post and your advertisements, your scratch off cards and things like that. So I'm going to add this and you'll be able to just add whatever you want above it. So, you know, our thing is always Inkcredible. So we have Inkcredible Black Friday deals, having the little QR code, the arrow that says order here. You can put your website. You're going to make the circle. I'm going to ungroup this. And here, the scratch off circle is 1 inch. So you do want your circle to be a little bit smaller than that. So that way, if you're not quite, you know, perfect with lining it up, you're not going to see the edges of that circle through your scratch off card. So you want to make it just a little bit smaller than the circle. So my recommendation is 0.850. That's the size that you would make your circle, and then put whatever your offer is. You're going to put that in there and then just be able to put that scratch off circle over it. They also have it in different shapes. If you want to do something that's a little bit longer, they have more of like a rectangle shape. Once you click on that link that's in the description of this video, you'll start to see other suggestions for other scratch off stickers that they have. So it's not just the round circles. There are other ones as well. Okay. How you do your, however you want to do your social media, you want to write them out. This is a little kind of like gem for you guys. I know sometimes, you have your name and you go to do your social media and other people have that name also. If you don't want to have to write like, okay, it's at such and such this, at da-da-da-da, like all these different things, if they are all the same, you can put it just once. So when you're saying stay connected, if it matches your business name, even if it's like an underscore, things like that, they can still do a search and find you, or have a hashtag. So for your business, hashtag for us, HS Inc. 365, HS Inc., HS Inc. Design. That way it's easier for them to find you. If they just put that hashtag in when they're searching on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even YouTube and things like that, they put that in, they're going to come across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of your posts because you're going to have that social media tag on there. That's a little extra gem for y'all, even if you're not attending the class. But I'm telling y'all, tonight's class is going to be full of gems that are going to really, really bless you, not just for the holiday season. It's going to be things that you can implement throughout the entire year to make sure that you secure that bag 365 days a year. Y'all see how I did that? 365 is not just about our product line. It's about helping you guys secure that bag, helping you guys 365 days of the year. It's not just the, because technically, on my Hotronics, when I first did it, I can sub at 360 degrees for 25 seconds on my Hotronics, honey. But it's all about marketing and branding. So we end up making it 365 because that's a good temperature, average temp. And it also represents an equivalent to a full year and helping you guys all the time. Y'all see how that branding and marketing works? These are things that I teach my creative business students. So that's another option. We're going to talk more about that because there are going to be some changes as of tomorrow. I'm going to be on here talking about the changes for on our Academy site. All right, so let's head back over here and I'm going to show you guys how to use the whatever element you want to change, right? Over right-hand side is the color palette. You're going to click on that. And then right here where it says advanced options, you're going to click on there. Right here where that hashtag is where you will put that color code in. Whatever that hex code was on that chart, here is where you would put that in. You see right now for that shade of red, it is FF2121. And that's really from this program. If you go to like Photoshop and things like that, you can really use their color picker because it gives you a wider range and it is a little bit more accurate as long as your monitor is calibrated. But if you feel like, your colors are just too off, then definitely use a color code, a color chart. I use this one, but I also use my Pantone ones because when it comes to universal colors, and if I'm submitting it to a printer, going off of my color chart is not always like the greatest. Like this tells me the output of my printer. A lot of the times I will use my Pantone color charts. Now those are expensive. Those are like $100 for a chart, $100 or more for a chart. But when I'm sending it off to like my printer and stuff like that, I will use my Pantone one because those are universal colors. But just for something that you're doing and stuff like that, you're going to come here, look at that code, and you're going to put it in. So I'm just going to pick a random code here. Let's just go and make this a totally different color. 0091 Echo Alpha. If you can't tell, I was in the military. So that's going to just change that. That's how easy it is. On here are also RGB codes if you prefer to do it that way. And some programs won't have a hex code option. It's only going to have RGB. So you would go in and I'm going to make a duplicate of this. Oops, hold on. Just so that I can change, I'm going to change it to black, right? Let's change this to black. Instead of putting the hex code in, I'm going to put the RGB code in for that particular color, which it's going to go in order RGB. So red, green, and then blue. So we're going to put in 0 for red because there's no red in this. And then for the green, it says 145. And for the blue, it says 234. All right. So now, if I go and look at this hex code, I go and look at this one, it's the same thing. So no matter if you put in RGB or the hex code, it's going to yield the same results. So if your program doesn't allow for hex, just go ahead and use the RGB. That is on here as well. And that's how you pretty much design for everything. Now, if you are designing and let's say something, you have an image of an LOL doll. You know, you're just regular designing and you want to match something that's on there. Don't try and use a hex code. Go ahead and sample from that particular image. So this was already done. This is like a PNG image. So if I wanted this shade, like this exact shade of red that's on here, I would click on my shape or my text. So let's just click here, and you're going to use the dropper and you're going to select that shade of red. It's going to fill it in. This is also how you would use the reference charts. So I'm going to go File, Open. I'm going to type in up here color charts, which should be already there. And I'm going to go to my color chart and I'm going to open up my reference chart. And if you don't have Silhouette Studio, that's fine. If you see on there, I also have the PDF file. It comes up a little bit different printing from the PDF file. So definitely bring it into whatever program you are going to design from. You can take that PDF into Photoshop, Illustrator, Affinity, and make sure that you are printing it from that particular program. Okay. So if you don't have, let's say there's a certain shade on the reference chart that you like, you're going to make a shape and you're going to come back over here to this dropper, or you can get the one that's over here as well. They do the same thing, but you're going to go to the dropper and you're going to pick up and sample that color. It's going to give you the hex code here. You can either copy this and then paste it on the other design, or just simply copy this, bring it over to your design. Oh, wait, wrong one. There we go. Right click and paste. Then I'll be able to click on my click on the element, use the dropper and sample it, but it'll also be at the top. So I'm going to go back over here, right? Pay attention right here. You see how there is a pink right there? If I come over here and I sample, let's say this brownish color here. You see how that now changed right there? When I go back to my other design, my color chart doesn't change. It's there also. So I can just click on that and that's going to change that color. Okay, so you just want to sample it and then it will come over. If it is a color that you want to save, you can always save it to a new palette. You're just going to name your palette and then hit the plus sign and then hit plus, and it's going to add that color to your custom palette. I would not recommend trying to put all of your color charts in your custom palette, because then, you want to see what they actually look like on paper. But if you know that it's like for your business, it's for certain clients, you can create specific charts for them. That way you don't have to constantly go back to the printed one and find those colors. All right. But that's how you would use the color chart and the reference chart. And again, just really, really easy to create these. And you're just going to set them up to put on your page. Unless you really want to do them as a print and cut and have your Cameo cut it, I would just use scissors or put them close up together where you can use a paper trimmer or a guillotine like paper trimmer to go ahead and cut those out yourself. But that's how easy it is. And you can easily change out, let's see which one is, I think it's this one. So we can move this, which let's undo that. I'm going to shrink down my Cyber Monday one. And okay, so we have that there. I'm going to group all of this together and move. Oh, come on. What happened here? Oh, okay. So that's grouped and then this is grouped and we're going to move that. There we go. Group that together. You're able to bring this to the front and switch this out if you wanted to say something about Cyber Monday and things like that. You can do that as well. This is not as, you can rearrange the way it looks for something like this. But you can change out for different things. You can have it look more like a Christmas one. You can put, I think where's my thing for a big sale for the holiday sale? So let's come over here and we're going to copy this, bring this over here and paste. It's going to be huge. All right, let's ungroup this. Delete this. I don't want, or you can put beat the big holiday sale or beat the holiday rush or, something like that if you want to. But we're going to group this together, shrink this down, and have this hanging from here. And then you can add other text and stuff like that, add other stuff around it, archer text, just combine all of the different design techniques and skills that you guys have learned from my videos, my classes. There is no limit in how you design. There's no right or wrong in how you design. But just wanted to show you guys that you can do it here and just make it whatever size you want. And the most important part is just to make your circle 0.850 so that your scratch or your 1-inch circle can fit over it. All right. I'm going to show those to you again, just as soon as I figure out where I put them. Oh, they hit the floor. Hold on. So here's that. And let me grab, I don't have a coin, but I have my metal bookmark. And I'm going to use that to scratch this off. So you see it there. And we're just going to scratch that off. That's how easy it is to create your own DIY promotional scratch off cards. Any questions for me before I get up out of here? Don't forget, until 6:30 today, the code is Inkcredible today. That will get you 15% off of our pigment ink collection. So that's the bottles of ink, the individual bottles of ink, the sets, the Inkcredible quick start kits, bundles, DIY kits and bundles, all that kind of good jazz. All right. Also, in this particular segment of Inkcredible today, I feature things that you can get from Amazon. The scratch off cards are from scratch off stickers are from Amazon. The paper is koala paper from Amazon. If you have a product, whether it's regular paper, if you have tumblers, you have anything sublimation, you have something that's really special when it comes to creating paper crafting, you have a product and you want it to be featured on our Inkcredible Today segment, go ahead and email us at beinkcredible at hsink365.com. Beinkcredible today. I'm sorry. Beinkcredible today at hsink365.com. Beinkcredible today at hsink365.com. So you can email us there, or if you have graphics, if you are a graphic designer, you sell SVGs and PNGs, and you're trying to get your name out there. Hey, we're buying stuff from Etsy and from different websites. Why not from yours? So if you would like to, introduce and present your graphics to my audience and increase your market, then go ahead and email us as well, and we'll arrange a time for me to use it on a specific project, a specific product, and let you know exactly what day that is going to air, what day I will be live. So you can, invite people to come on and see the professor's featuring my stuff. Y'all come watch. All right. So that is the web address, the email address for that if you would like to be featured with your graphics or your products. But the code for today is Inkcredible today for 15% off. And for the classes, if you want to take both, the one today on how to maximize your sales by selling, and then the Shopify one, that code is Secure the Bag 365. It works only on our shop site. and that will get you 35% off of both, like if you do both classes. All right. And then also, once you purchase it on shop, you must go read the fine print. You must go to the academy and create your account there if you don't already have one. If you already have one and the emails address match, you'll see it on your dashboard. You go to your dashboard to find the class to get access to it and to get the live link and to watch the playbacks. All right, no questions for me. All right, guys, thank you guys so very much for joining me today for Inkcredible today. Hopefully this video served you well and it will help you with your creative business. All right, don't forget to subscribe, hit the button, give this video a like, leave a comment, let me know if it was helpful for you, especially if you come back and watch the playback of it. Tag a friend in it, encourage them, or welcome them to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow us on all social media platforms and visit our website. All right, guys, until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be Inkcredible. Peace.